In 2015, a man working late in New York City took the elevator down to the lobby. But the elevator stopped on a floor that wasn't on the building directory. The doors opened anyway, and what he saw inside that floor made him quit his job the very next day. Ryan Cooper was a junior accountant working in a mid-sized office building in Manhattan. It was the kind of job where staying late was normal. Most nights, Ryan would leave around 10 or 11 p.m., long after everyone else had gone home. The building officially had 12 floors. The company Ryan worked for occupied the 9th floor, and by the time he left, the entire place usually felt empty. The security guard downstairs barely even looked up when Ryan left each night. It had become a routine. But one Thursday night in November 2015, something broke that routine. At around 10:43 p.m., Ryan stepped into the elevator and pressed the lobby button. The doors closed slowly. The elevator began to descend. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ryan stared at his phone, barely paying attention. Then the elevator suddenly stopped. The display above the door showed something strange. 13. Ryan frowned. That didn't make sense. There was no 13th floor in the building. The numbers went from 12 directly to the roof. The elevator made a soft ding, and the doors slowly opened. The hallway outside looked completely different from the rest of the building. The lights were dim. The carpet was old and stained, not the clean gray carpet used in the other floors. The walls looked faded, like they hadn't been painted in decades. Ryan stepped out slowly, confused more than scared. The hallway was silent, not the normal quiet of an empty office. This was a deeper silence, like the floor hadn't been used in years. He walked a few steps forward. Then he noticed something that made him stop immediately. Every office door along the hallway had a nameplate, but instead of company names, the plates showed people's names. Just names. No logos, no departments, just names. Ryan slowly walked down the hallway, reading the plates one by one. Michael Carter, Emily Dawson, Robert Hayes. None of the names meant anything to him until he reached the last door at the end of the hallway. The nameplate on that door read, Ryan Cooper. His heart started pounding. He stared at it for several seconds, convinced it had to be a prank. Slowly, he reached for the handle. The door wasn't locked. It opened silently. Inside the room was a single desk, a chair, and a computer monitor already turned on. The screen showed a blank document, except for one line of text, "You shouldn't have come here." Ryan backed out of the room and ran straight to the elevator. He pressed the lobby button repeatedly until the doors finally closed. The elevator moved normally this time. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. When he reached the lobby, he immediately went to the security desk and asked the guard about the 13th floor. The guard looked confused. "There is no 13th floor in this building," he said. Ryan tried to explain what he saw, but the guard just shook his head. The next morning, Ryan returned to the building early and checked the elevator panel again. The numbers went from 12 directly to the lobby. There was no 13. Ryan quit his job that same week. A few months later, while cleaning out old files at home, he found something strange in an envelope from the company. It was a printed document with his name on it. At the top, it said, "Office assignment, floor 13."